So for this video, I reached out to some of my queer friends and creators to ask their opinion on carryminati's infamous TikTok versus YouTube video. Here are their responses.
Carryminati is a well-known influencer and a YouTuber who influences the views and opinions of a lot of people out there in the internet. Now this takes a heavy toll on the queer community when certain slurs and derogatory terms are directed onto us and they form a public opinion that queer people are not necessary or a nuisance in a society which should be dealt with. This is not only dehumanizing but also discriminating. One of the most popular derogatory term from this video is मिठाई की दुकान पे ले जाऊंगा तो 200 रुपए में बिक जाएगा. Now I don't see that how people find this funny or comical in the first place. It's like one of those cheap commentary sessions where a lot of misogynistic men sit and talk about how women are gold digger or how men who don't act manly are gay or queer, and that in a derogatory sense.
No tea, no shade, he might be a good person or whatever, but he has no right to use those words that he did use. And to all of the people that believe that jokes should be taken as jokes, first off, what kind of cheap humor is it that draws from somebody's hurt or suffering?
This is the cheapest humor I could find on the internet. Why? Because it takes my identity, it takes my people's identity and makes joke out of it. You cannot belittle our existence and the value of a life by saying 200 rupees mein bik jayega, because you don't know what are the fears of living in a queer life. You don't know the suicide rates in the queer community.
बाहर की community में they criticize people for their content and what kind of content they are putting there, but in Indian reaction community they focus more on the personality of the person, like whether they are gay or whether they belong to a certain community or a certain gender. They do not comment on the content itself. TikTok एक बहुत बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ पे कम्युनिटी के सारे लोग, चाहे वो किसी भी जेंडर से हो, किसी भी कास्ट से हो, किसी भी रेस से हो, they just want to put out their personal content out there. And हम लोगों को उनके कैसे वो दिखते हैं, उनकी लाइफस्टाइल कैसे हो, कैसे वो रहना चाहते हैं, we should not comment on such things.
And you need to apologize for that, or maybe even apology at this point won't work because you've caused a lot of damage. You as a cisgender heterosexual person don't have the right to use these terms because they've been used to oppress us, they've been used to discriminate us, and you cannot claim them, you cannot joke about it because they were never directed to you, they never affected you in the first place. That's why you're making fun of it.
To answer those people who might be saying he doesn't mean for those people to suffer, but those people are suffering and he's choosing to ignore that. So either he supports the suffering or that he's ignorant of it, and both of them are just utterly wrong, horrendous and heinous.
In a country like India where homophobia is still very prevalent in the masses, and you being a creator with 13 million followers are saying homophobic slurs towards the entire community or entire community of people that are watching, what do you think they will learn from you?
3 days back I posted a picture of me from 2014, then 17 and then 20, showing a proper transformation, that how I transformed and got liberated, and then it was attacked by a troll army and most of them were using this thing only. They are really triggering because these people, after getting empowered by such a person, are coming to my comment section directing such queer-phobic shit, which is extremely triggering. And this is not only me, this is a lot of queer people out there. We as a community already suffer from pre-existing notions that we are unethical, we are unclean, we are impure, we are weird, we are polluting the society. And that reflects in our laws as well, because you're not allowed to serve in military, donate blood, adopt children, marry. People like Ajay don't do any good to it, but rather fuel that entire thought process by calling us derogatory names.
And you say you are an influencer. See, that's not what influencing is. You should influence people towards the betterment of a society. Some people might say that take it as a joke, it's just a joke, but you don't know the struggles the LGBTQ community has faced in the past few years. It's not a fucking joke.
But you can't joke on my identity or my people's identity. You have not lived the fear of a queer life yet. You don't understand the fear that getting bashed in public for holding your partner's hand, fear of parents sending you to conversion therapy or directing conversion rapes on you to fix you. All you know is to joke about my people and their identity because it makes you uncomfortable, because you have a pre-existing notions of how men should be and how women should be. And since we don't fall into that category, we don't belong to your society, and that's why you make jokes on us. If you call us meetha, chakka or gay for abusing us, I'm sorry, it's not content. I'm sorry, it's not roasting or anything funny. It's just your internalized bigotry and homophobia which is surfacing. You're nothing but an illiterate person who still doesn't know the value of their words, even after reaching such a level where they know that their words actually influence people a lot.
As children, all of us have been victims of some sort of trauma or bullying, and that is regardless of our gender identities or sexualities or whatever. And I believe that we as young millennials or people of the coming age should be taking society somewhere where these creatures of suffering to those young minds do not exist. Therefore, it is important to look at what we say and what we put out.
A cishet person watches his videos. They think that it's normal to call other people meetha, chakka, hijra, gay, and it's something really cool to call other people because we as a community are an easy target. Now just imagine a queer person who's still in the closet, who's still suffering from a lot of homophobia, rejection from their family, and probably self-destructive tendency, and some random person walks in and he just starts to shout meetha and chakka. Wouldn't it induce self-hate? Wouldn't it induce stress, anxiety, depression, and in worst case self-destructive tendencies? Now this is how deep this situation goes. There's an entire group of so-called roasting YouTubers who roast people in the name of queerphobia, in the name of cringe content they make, which is basically queer content. I mean, you can't label our content or our identity or our self-expression as cringe. I'm sorry, we are not cringe, that's you. If this video reaches out to carryminati or someone from that hierarchy, please put out an apology to people. You have already done a lot of damage.
So thank you so much guys for watching this video, and thank you Rishi, Vijay and Yash for being a part of this video. I will leave their social media handles in the description below, so make sure you go check them out. They are amazing creators. If you want to see my response on carryminati's infamous video, you can click on this thumbnail right here. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of these public opinion videos and vlogs. I upload 2 videos each week, so stay tuned for that. Peace.